It was the fastest 125 in the world in 1951.
It's just incredibly rare, and the fact that it's in this condition is wild. Both perfect machines for an architect with an eye for design.
These bikes really deserve a public exposure, I think.
They are important historically and just an inspiration because they're both so beautiful. John Goldman is a remarkable individual. I mean, he's got a very successful architecture career. He's better known to us gearheads as an intense collector of cars and especially motorcycles, especially Italian motorcycles.
Before I started collecting motorcycles, I rode motorcycles, but I wasn't really collecting them. So I had some Alfa Romeo cars, and one day in the Marina neighborhood in San Francisco, I saw a beautiful Moto Guzzi motorcycle. And I said, boy, that would look good with next to my Alfa Romeos. That became the first Italian bike, and that's what started my collecting. Why Italian motorcycles? Because they're so beautiful. And I'm an architect, and I love beauty. Try to make beauty in my work. So I've always been so focused on beauty, and it kind of motivates most of the things I do in my life. So anyway, I chose Italian bikes because they seem to me the most beautiful. And I noticed Mondials a few in this book, and I just kind of took my breath away. I thought, wow, that is so beautiful.
This FB Mondial 125 double overhead cam racer, Mondial won 3 in a row, 49, 50, and 51. In some series, winning every single race in the championship that year. Their technology was so far ahead of everything else when this engine was designed in 1948 that they just decimated the opposition.
When possible, I love to get unrestored original bikes, which the Mondial 125 Bialbero GP bike is an unrestored original bike. It was actually last raced in 52. Ubiali came in second in 52. So it was the fastest 125 in the world in 1951.
They tucked it away in the factory for something like 30 years before they released them all.
In late 77, the Mondial factory was closing. Narini told me that it was Ubiali's world championship bike from 51. I met Carlo Ubiali not long after I purchased the bike, and he was happy to see that a fanatic was taking care of the bike, his former bike. The bike currently wears its 1952 tank, 1952 tires. The tires are Pirelli 2.0 by 21. I can't even find tubes of that size, much less rubber of that size. And it runs great.
The original Grand Prix machine, World Championship, original paint. I mean, that's the holy grail. There is nothing more collectible.
People in Italy knew about my collecting Italian motorcycles. So out of the blue, some guy from this auction house contacted me and said, hey, we're having an auction. Lot number 1 was the Miller-Balsamo. And I saw it, I said, whoa, that is one of the coolest motorcycles I've ever seen. It's Art Deco modern design motorcycle, streamlined modern. And I collect streamlined modern industrial design ops. Love the style.
The Miller-Balsamo Carenata is an icon of pure design. It's incredibly rare, and it's an incredibly rare example of that particular style of design, the streamlined, modern movement.
This is all about streamlining and speed. Now, do you need that in a 196cc two-stroke that can go faster than 53 miles an hour? No, you don't. But it looks so fast. It looks so cool. And that's what Italian futurism was about to some extent.
Motorcycles built in that style are also extremely rare. There were very few completely enclosed and streamlined motorcycles in the 1930s.
The bike's been fully restored, but it didn't need much mechanically. I was able to start that bike when it arrived here.
It's really an extraordinarily beautiful motorcycle. No wonder it won Best of Show, hands down unanimously at the Quail.
The way this enclosure merges with the headline enclosure, though, that's complex. That is complex bodywork.
I love the passenger peg. Not that there's a passenger seat,
No. And I've never seen any photo or any indication that there was ever like a place to sit for passengers. So they're just sitting right on the fender.
Ooh.
I don't know if you noticed the trapezoidal front end, which so many motorcycles back then used, and that uses.
You expect to see telescopic forks in 1951, but these are girders.
Mondial didn't go to the more modern telescopic front forks until 54.
Wow.
Provenance Mondial race bikes. If it came from that Marini Valgrande collection, provenance is unquestionable.
Because he bought it all from the factory.
Right from the factory. Otherwise, if there's a Mondial race bike for sale, let's say in Italy, very questionable.
Yes.
And there's the original scrutineering tag, the Assen Centennial Classic, 1998. This is where Carlo Ubbiali rode this bike again. In 51, they didn't have this beautiful recess for the tag. So this is 52. And notice the size of the tank is pretty big because it's for the Isle of Man. Oh, and people wonder, well, is this for a passenger? I said, no. If you look at the running start, yeah. So this is the initial seat and the racing seat. You're down on the tank. So this, you'd see strapping on like a pad.
It was a tough sport back then.
It was very tough.
Well, what an exquisite little machine.
Again, it's a type of thing that would be best in a museum, I think, somewhere.
The world should see these because they are important historically and just an inspiration because they're both so beautiful.